Chelsea just did the impossible, and now their 2025 squad is unstoppable. What they're hiding will shock football. Pundits said they'd fail, but their secret weapon just exposed PSG's biggest weakness. Stick around because the final reveal proves why an O team is safe next season. If you leave now, you'll miss the truth that changes everything. Chelsea Football Club did the unthinkable. Against the odds, they tore through the world's most feared footballing machine and emerged as champions of the globe. The 2025 FIFA Club World Cup wasn't supposed to be theirs. No pundit, no analyst, not even their own fans placed bets on them. They were dismissed as a bloated experiment, a bloated squad of overpriced youth and mid-tier cast-offs. But what they became was something altogether different, dangerous, determined, and reborn. Every club in Europe had to pause, because after watching Chelsea dismantle Paris Saint-Germain, the most lethal harm force in modern football, it became impossible to look away. Those who mocked their spending spree now choke on silence. The Chelsea squad for the 2025-2026 season isn't just promising, it's terrifying. Robert Sanchez stood in goal like a man possessed. His 2024-2025 campaign may have been littered with inconsistencies and doubt, but when the world was watching, when the lights burned brightest and the stakes towered, he delivered a performance that rewrote his story. 6 saves, 1 clean sheet, the Golden Glove. Against the likes of Kylian Mbappe and the merciless barrage of PSG's front three, Sanchez turned fortress. His distribution was surgical, his command assured, and his timing perfect. Suddenly, there was no more laughter about Chelsea's number one. But the club is still relentless. Rumors swirl about another goalkeeper being brought in, not because Sanchez failed, but because the Blues are building something merciless, and no position is safe from competition. Their defense is a steel trap forged from youth, strength, and untapped potential. Marc Cucurella, once criticized for inconsistency, now moves with the confidence of a world-class fullback. He runs every blade of grass on that left flank. Reece James, when fit, is a defensive war machine, a captain in spirit and a gladiator on the pitch. Between them, the center-back choices are an embarrassment of riches. Levi Colwill reads a game like a veteran. Trevor Chalobah is an agile rock. Benoit Badiashile is a tower who sees everything. And Tosin Adarbayo adds a blend of physicality and elegance that most teams dream of. And waiting in the wings, still healing, is Wesley Fofana. If he returns to full fitness, that backline becomes a nightmare for any striker alive. The only vulnerability? Cucurella is overworked. The absence of a reliable backup left back is the one crack in Chelsea's defensive armor. They have Malo Gusto and Josh Achimpong ready to cover for Reece James, but Cucurella? He needs help. That solution must come this summer. But if defense wins championships, then midfield builds dynasties. Moises Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, and Cole Palmer form a trio so balanced, so aggressive, and so technically refined that they look less like midfielders and more like master sculptors carving through opposition structures. Caicedo is a destroyer, Enzo a maestro, and Palmer the wild card, a creator, scorer, and relentless presser all in one. In the final against PSG, they didn't just match the midfield, they outclassed them. Andres Santos proved his mettle on the global stage. Dario Osugo emerged as a tenacious Caicedo understudy. And Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall became the unsung engine who glues everything together. Then there's Romeo Lavia. If he stays healthy, he brings a rhythm to the team that no stat sheet can capture. And if Chelsea ever wants to shift their shape, Reece James can slot in as a holding midfielder. Christopher Nkunku, Kendry Páez, and João Pedro can all play as attacking tens, bringing flair, unpredictability, and depth. That midfield isn't just deep. It's an abyss that swallows teams whole. But nothing changes a game like attack. And Chelsea learned that lesson in blood during the 2024-2025 season. Goals were scarce, chances wasted, and inconsistency reigned. Nicholas Jackson was either absent through injury or misfiring. Jadon Sancho, Noni Madueke, Christopher Nkunku, and Pedro Neto all floated through the season like ghosts. Mark Way and Tariq George had potential, but not yet the scars. The board moved fast. The summer transfer window wasn't used. It was devoured. Liam Delap was brought in early for £30 million, dragged to the Club World Cup, and tasked with saving a broken front line. He did more than that. He lit a fuse. Then came Joao Pedro. Signed during the tournament, dropped straight into the fire, and instead of burning, he exploded. 3 goals in 2 starts. 1 in the final. No preseason. No rhythm. Just raw talent, instinct, and brilliant mentality. He didn't just blend in, he took over. When Chelsea fans look at Pedro, they don't just see a new signing. They see the future. And it didn't stop there. Jamie Bino Gittins joined the charge. Then Esther Vav, the long-anticipated young prodigy, finally arrived. That misfiring front line suddenly looks like a nuclear warhead. And the thing is, Chelsea isn't even done. The transfer window has barely begun. The club is offloading with surgical precision Noni Maduk, Axel Disasi, Joao Felix, Carney Chukwuemeka, Jadon Sancho, Raheem Sterling, George Petrovic, Kepa Arrizabalaga, Renato Vega, Leslie Ugachukwu, Mike Penders, and Mathis Mugu gone. Nicholas Jackson and Christopher Nkunku might be next, but this is not desperation. This is strategy. It's payroll liberation. It's tactical evolution. Chelsea now have room to sign anyone. And with Champions League qualification secured and a global title added to the trophy room, they now have power. They have pull. Every ambitious young star is watching. And they're thinking, why not Chelsea? The blueprint is clearer than ever. Target the world's most promising young talent. Groom them. Trust them. Empower them. This isn't just a rebuild. This is a resurrection. The Club World Cup wasn't just a trophy. It was a prophecy. Chelsea had the youngest squad in the tournament. Their final opponents, PSG, were the second youngest. This isn't coincidence. This is a generational shift. And Chelsea somehow are leading it. At the center of it all is the man who was never supposed to be here. Enzo Maresca, plucked from relative obscurity, armed only with ideas and belief. He walked into Stamford Bridge carrying no reputation and no fear. His resume didn't shine. His credentials weren't intimidating, but Chelsea believed. And Enzo delivered. In his first full season, he equaled Arsenal's league wins, brought Chelsea back to the Champions League, captured a European title, and conquered the Club World Cup. And he did it not with luck, but with sheer tactical mastery. He outcoached Pep Guardiola. He outplayed the European champions. He didn't flinch. He adapted. He grew. He led. Now, with a bolstered squad behind him and a full season under his belt, Enzo Maresca is no longer the experiment. He is the architect, and with him at the helm, Chelsea's ceiling no longer exists. But the mission is not complete. The Premier League, the domestic crown that once felt routine, has evaded them for nearly a decade. The last title came in 2017. If they miss it in 2026, it'll be 9 years without reclaiming England. That drought cannot be allowed to stand. And this team looks ready to end it. The Champions League, too, now beckons for all their continental adventures. Chelsea has never truly established dominance in Europe. But now, they look like contenders again. Real ones, not in theory, in form, in fear factor, in structure. The question is no longer whether Chelsea can compete. It's whether anyone can stop them. Because the 2025-2026 Chelsea squad is not just insane. It is a storm. And it is coming. Do you believe Chelsea can finally reclaim the Premier League crown? Will Enzo Maresca lead them to European dominance, or will history repeat itself? Tell us who you think will be Chelsea's breakout star this season. Drop your predictions and opinions in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a second of the storm that's coming.